Nichols. Welcome back. We are Clutching Around Sports Talk. I'm here with
AJ.
And your boy Wayne. What's going on, y'all?
Yo, and it's Joel Love here in the building. So, this is episode 4. And we about to go ahead and jump right into it, man. So, we're going to talk about the NBA Finals. We are finally to it. And your boy Chris Paul done made it. Your boy Gaines.
Gaines
Akuna Matata then finally made it to the NBA Finals. We got the Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks here. I know it's crazy for the media right now because they got to go switch from Milwaukee to Phoenix. They would rather be in LA and Atlanta, but it is what it is right now. We're going to talk about Phoenix and the Bucks right now. So, NBA Finals, Game 1, Game 2. Let's talk about it. We're going to go ahead with AJ first and see what he got to talk about with this.
Well, in ordinary fashion, the West have a better, deeper squad, I thought. Suns a little bit deeper, but they're not as big. So to me, Bucks got to slow this thing way down. There's no need to run with them. You can't run with them. Obviously, they just showed you can't run with them. Even on off nights, they can't run with them. I mean, Gaines had a good game. he come out with 40. That's nice. But yeah, look at your other players. Drew Holiday. Yep. They not hitting because they can't keep up with this tempo. This tempo is different from them. They're a big team. Actually, if you look at it, they're a bigger team by far than Phoenix.
Oh, of course, they were a bigger team than Atlanta.
They can't keep up with these guys in this style of letting them run up and down the floor and then trying to transition off the picks. These guys are not built for that. And then when Devin Booker comes on an all night like he was a few nights ago, it wasn't just a fire, but he hit 7 threes. That was the big difference in the game. Right here, he was the big difference. He was the big difference. Then he had other few guys hitting their wide open threes. Now, when this thing switched back to Milwaukee tomorrow, we'll see a different Bucks team, I'll assure you. But
I told you
I still will pick Phoenix in 6 games.
Here's the thing to what you're saying right now. So if you're talking about, they have to slow the game down, how are they really going to be able to slow that game down when you have a Chris Paul, a Devin Booker, and you got people off the bench like a Mikal Bridges? Yeah, but they gotta bring him in on the second
off the
unit.
bench is my boy Cameron Payne.
Yeah.
Bench, yeah.
Well,
so I mean, you got people that are threats to you that are speedy. They're going back and forth, man. They're really getting the pace in. How do you slow the game down to play to your abilities?
Well, first up, even if they play matchup ball, even if Bucks play matchup ball, they're still bigger than them. So you got to use your size to your advantage. You ain't gonna be able to come out and play Brook Lopez first of all like you normally would in your lineup because this is a mismatch. He do not go out on the screen. He can't do nothing with these guards out on the screen. He just feasts. He's just getting ate up. Paul eating him up. Booker smiling at him. They just love him. They just love Brook Lopez right now.
Yeah.
And on defense, you switch back. He go back on defense. He's just standing there. You're not using him, right? You're not throwing the ball to him, so you're not using him. Either you're gonna put him involved on an offensive part, or you're gonna pull him out the game entirely and go with a more quicker player. Simple as that. Right. And you're gonna have to slow it down. You cannot afford to try to keep running with these guys. Now, the transition helps Gaines. It helps him because these guys are too small for him.
Right.
But at the same token,
it does nothing for the other players.
It does nothing for the other players.
Yeah.
But
That's
if you
they
put
can't get going.
Yeah, but if they get going, if Phoenix have any kind of common sense, if they hungry what they're doing. If Milwaukee get going, I put Gaines on a sweet free throw line. I pull guys off.
They actually haven't put him on the free throw line.
That's my point.
How many free throws did he shoot last game?
He actually
he shot like 18 free throws, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he did pretty well from free throw.
11 of 18 from the free throw line.
That's okay. He'll have to hit 11 or 18 every game if he's going to beat me. I pull guys. I pull the 12th man off the floor and tell him, look, man, you finna get shit.
You hack a Shaq, huh?
Yes. You shoot air balls. You shoot air balls free throw.
Keep shooting them though.
You gonna have to show.
Hey, he already told you ain't nowhere else to go but up.
That's what the mouth say, but actions speak louder than words. You keep shooting air balls, we gonna see if you gonna go up.
Hey man, it's not the issue on Milwaukee team. I keep telling y'all, Milwaukee's issue is they don't make adjustments when when they play with Giannis, it's hard to get other guys going, especially when they playing this ISO ball, trying to get him inside, and they drawing fouls on him. Other guys can't get going when the game gets slowed down. They got to get in transition. And listen, Chris Middleton ain't the guy y'all think he is.
I never was a fan of Chris Middleton. He's a solid.
I don't think
player.
nobody's saying
He's
that.
a solid player. He's not.
Yeah.
I wasn't like your boy Perkins calling him Batman. No, I wouldn't. No, he doesn't have the utility. Bro.
What's beautiful is that he has that in his bag and that he has that ability. But the problem with that is we've seen you do it.
Yeah, time.
So we want to see it
So we wanna
consistently.
see it, and he's not.
Exactly.
And he's not.
Holiday neither. Holiday
So-
isn't
Exactly.
consistent.
So
Well,
is he?
I think Holiday's problem is I think he tries to go outside of his role. I like that he's being aggressive offensively, but that's not his game.
He's being aggressive, but I think he's selling for too many jumpers. He's 6.
No. He just missing. He was missing at the rim last
He's
game.
what?
He was
He
7
was.
to 21.
He's what?
missing at the basket.
He's what? 6'1"?
About 6'4".
6'4".
He's a big dude.
Okay, what? He's matched up with Chris Paul. What are we doing? What are we doing wrong here? We need to put pressure on Chris Paul because on the other end, he pressuring you.
The Chris Paul thing is they just don't know how to play the pick and roll. I mean, they adjusted well in the second game. They did. They played it better.
Because they got away from drop coverage.
Yeah,
You know.
they kept playing the drop and they kept going under. They kept going over
Over
the
the
screen
screen.
Over the
instead
screen.
of going under it.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Phoenix was still putting up big numbers.
That's because
What?
you have a
Devin
Mikal
Booker's
Bridges
great. Yeah, Mikal
putting up
Bridges
27
shot.
points.
I mean, they listen. At the end of the day, bro, let's be honest. Phoenix right now is just the better team. Like they have more consistent guys that comes out and helps. Like I said, like I told you the other day, they got Mikal Bridges. He'll have a game, or Jay Crowder will do some things and have a game for him. DeAndre Ayton didn't play great.
Then
the other night. He
Payne
didn't play
put
great
in
the other
points
night.
too.
But
But
Cam
he-
Payne,
but he made-
Cam
put in
Johnson knocks
points
down
too.
his shots.
Yeah.
These guys come off the bench and do this. Like they have enough guys that make plays.
And they don't
Even
have to
though
have
they
too much
lost
pressure on
Sarge and
They lost Sarge and they bring in Kaminsky and they lost someone else too, didn't they?
they lost. Well, we don't know what Torrey Craig's
Craig.
Right, Craig,
yeah,
yeah.
basis is right now.
Craig is on the scrutiny right now. It might be a game time decision with him,
Yeah, maybe.
or he just might miss a few.
He may.
You never
I mean,
know.
they got
They got
brought
people
in
to step
Kaminsky.
up.
They got
Yeah.
guys, man. They got guys. That's a good
And they
roster,
young.
man.
And they young.
Exactly.
So if they can keep that together for a while with the old man, because I already see Payne can replace Chris Paul.
I don't want to jump the gun though.
Mm.
I don't want to jump the gun before we move too fast and before we move on to the next. I don't want to jump the gun on saying that this series is over because
No, it's
we
not
all
over.
know Milwaukee plays different at home.
Yes,
We
it's gonna
all
be a
know
different
that.
game. It's
It's
gonna be
a different ball game
game.
at home. Giannis ain't got to deal with the pressures at the free throw line of people counting down or counting to 15 when he's shooting his free throws. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be quiet at the line. He maybe can shoot his free throws a little better, can concentrate a little better. He can take his time because I know that's been the controversy that he likes to rush at the free throw line. So, I mean, he likes to take his time at the free throw line. So he's been rushing. Maybe that's the reason he's not making his free throws. But
Wayne,
he can be, what's up, man?
Wayne.
What's up?
11 out of 18 is good for this guy.
Hey.
But
Yeah.
That's cool.
but Gaines is a superstar. He need to be like 15 out of 18. Let's be honest.
You probably get one game like that.
Yeah.
You
Well,
be lucky, and you be lucky to get that game.
But I will say,
Well,
his free throw shooting was not that bad up until recently though.
Well, Gaines, you gonna have a lot
He
of work
also-
cut out, baby.
He's been
He wasn't-
a so-so free throw shooter his career.
He wasn't. It wasn't. I don't know what it is. It just seems as if it wasn't, viewed upon like it is now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so it makes me think like maybe he wasn't that bad before,
Right.
but now with all the antics of taking so long at the free throw line
Mm-hmm.
and him actually missing, airballing,
Well,
free
the
throws.
difference was he was growing as a player. Now, everybody know your name now. They know your name.
Well, I mean,
they
he's
know
still,
you.
But hold on, but he's still growing as a player though, because
Well-
he's still trying to grow his game.
Well-
You gotta understand, Giannis is only 26,
26,
man.
yeah.
He's 26.
He's in his first
He's
NBA Finals
26.
appearance, man.
I don't think 5 years from now he's going to be leading the league in 3-point field goal percentage.
We're not saying that, but he can bring that into his game.
I don't even
You don't have to
think-
lead the league in it, but he can bring that into his game. He can bring the mid range into his game. He can bring the post into his game.
That's what he need to work on, a mid-range game. He's 6'10". Like I told you before, people going to be 6'8", 6'5". He don't even need to really worry about 3. Mid-range game or sometime at 3, he'll be fine. But he can't even do that.
Boom. Question.
Wait, are you saying he can't do it, or are you saying that he won't do it? Because he is doing that. He's shooting that. He's just not making it. So he just has to get better with the shot.
My point.
So peep game. Question.
That doesn't mean he can't though.
If
I
he
don't see it happening.
develops that, do you feel like he's the best player in the league over Kevin Durant, which seems to be the person that's going to overtake the best player in the league moniker after LeBron?
It's not a real question, is it?
No, you can't be serious.
I
He
am.
doesn't have the skills, Kevin Durant.
If he develops that,
You still don't have Kevin Durant.
He's not developing.
Because Durant can score on
He's
any part of the
not-
court.
he's
He still
not-
won't shoot better free throws than Durant.
He's not
Durant's
that-
a bucket everywhere on the court.
He's not
He's
that,
not going to shoot
bro.
the better three than Durant.
He's a solid player.
so he'll never be the best player in the league.
No.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
No.
I just want to put that out there.
No,
Because we got a lot of viewers, a lot of fans,
Nah.
a lot of people that feel like Giannis is a skill away from taking that. Even if he is, some people feel like he is now.
Man,
He's the
Gaines.
best player
Some
in the league.
people.
Gaines.
Some people are
Oh,
just
Gaines.
hype. Some people are just bandwagon monkeys. You know.
Yeah.
I got this one family member. I ain't even gonna put her out there. You know, one minute she was a Golden State fan, now she's a Suns fan. I don't know. Maybe it's the yellow dude syndrome. I don't know what it is.
Yellow
Yellow
dude
dude
syndrome.
But look at this. But he's not gonna ever make it. He's not gonna ever be the guy you can just say, I got 100% confident he gonna bust his three on you in the last 3 seconds and win this.
I mean, if we being honest,
I don't see it.
if we being honest, LeBron James is the best player in the league, and we don't believe that with him.
Let's
Right.
be honest. Let's
Like,
be honest.
when he
LeBron James ain't the best player in the league.
Oh,
Maybe back when yeah, he never been the best player in the league to me. He always been a solid player. All right, get me wrong, but you saying the best
We're
player?
not gonna do that. We're not
no,
gonna
say
do
the
that.
best.
we gonna get into it.
out
We
of
got we got a little time.
Get out of here.
We got a little time.
Yeah.
Go with that.
So
Now y'all done got me on LeBron. I really didn't want to go on LeBron.
No, you
today.
did, 'cause
But
you did.
You did, 'cause
Why
you the one took the
You
shot.
said you threw it out there talking about he the best player. He's
Bro,
not the
I
best
was making
player
a
in the
point.
league.
I was making a point.
Maybe he the best crybaby in the league.
wow.
Maybe he's the best spoiled child ever came through.
Oh man,
Yeah. But
come on, Skip
look,
Bayless.
the dude is what it is. He's a great player in his own rights. But you want to make him the apex predator. He's not an apex predator.
Who's not Apex Predator?
LeBron.
Why?
His skill set didn't determine that. His mind frame determined that.
'Cause, you know, you gotta
His
let people
heart
talk.
don't determine that. If LeBron was the apex predator, he going out like Kevin Durant. I'm a bust 48. I'm tired. I can't jump no more. Ain't nothing in me. I'm still going to try to
Never
kick.
seen that?
No. The last time he got beat by the Suns, what did he do? He ran to the locker room.
No. No, I'm no.
Are you ragging on him for losing to a team that's in the NBA Finals up 2-0?
No, I'm not ragging on him for losing. I'm ragging on how you lose.
How did he lose?
You go out fighting.
So when he put up 51 against Golden State in 2018, what was that?
Oh, yeah.
6'8",
250
yeah,
pound guy.
oh, yeah.
6'8", 250 pound guy having his way with Golden State.
How can you have your way? He's never had his way
He
with
was
Golden
having
State.
his way. Then you say he put up 51?
51
was
to 88.
having his
But
way.
you said
He was having
you
his
want
way.
him to be like Kevin Durant, putting it all
I
out
want
there.
him to be
He
that.
did that
You-
against
you got to
Golden
shoulder-
State.
You got to shoulder it like Kobe. You got to shoulder it like Jordan. You had to shoulder it like a young Magic. You had to shoulder it like a young Larry Bird. He never did that. Name one time he ever did that. He never did that. Because I'm going to tell you why, Joe. I'm going to give you 3 reasons right now since you brought it up.
Okay.
When he was in Miami, he was in Cleveland. He said, oh, I need this and need that, Left shop and went to Miami. He had all he needed.
He was a free agent.
I don't care about all that. I'm just telling you what the results were.
mean,
We talking about results.
He
here.
held up his contractual agreement.
He had went to Miami, and they formed a super team. A hell of a team, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he had a Mavericks team. And when the Mavericks beat him, he was the first man at the podium crying, look, guys, look at this, guys. Look, I'm LeBron. I got a great life, and all of y'all have to go back to your life. Now you crying and whining about you lost. You lost.
Because people
You
were
lost.
criticizing him for losing to a Mavericks team that also beat the 2-time defending LA Lakers, Kobe Bryant led Lakers
boy, you LeBron.
that year, and beat them handsomely too.
Man, you LeBron.
So-
you
so-
LeBron
so-
fans and Trump
So,
supporters.
so
y'all
if you're
scared
gonna
me,
give
boy.
LeBron that smoke,
Y'all scared me.
if
You just put that in
Y'all
the
scared
same
me, man.
sentence.
It's pretty much the same.
You put that
thing.
on the same page,
Y'all
though?
just drunk and woke with this dude. This dude comes out and he can trip and fall and just y'all all love him. No, not LeBron. Y'all make every excuse for him. Y'all will try to downgrade somebody else's success.
Man, this coming from the same person whose favorite player is Kawhi Leonard.
No, I said right now my player is Kawhi Leonard. What's wrong with the claw? Except he get hurt, but well, other than that,
That's all you need to know.
Other than that, he's durable. He's efficient, highly accountable.
I mean,
He ain't crying the game.
Where was he at last
You
year?
can't cry when you're not
He's
playing.
my type of players. I love them type of players.
Can't cry not on the
Where
court.
was he at last year when he lost a 3-1 lead to Denver?
He lost.
He was being efficient.
You should have asked Paul. Hey, he was being efficient. Go
No,
back
he
and
wasn't.
look at his numbers. He
No,
was still
he
being
actually
efficient.
was not being efficient.
Hey,
Because in all 3 of those games that they lost, he was the most inefficient player in the fourth quarter of all those games.
Oh wow, he's the most inefficient.
He was every fourth quarter.
What about
every fourth quarter is when they came
and
back?
And who he was playing against again?
He playing against Denver. That's when they blew the 3-1 lead against
And
Denver.
he was playing against a loaded Denver team
Loaded.
with a frat.
Loaded. The same Denver team you just said wasn't gonna be nothing.
Mitchell was playing heck of a ball.
You talking about Utah?
That's Utah.
Utah was playing heck of a
But
ball.
they ain't play Utah.
What's going on?
But they ain't
Oh,
play
my
Utah.
bad. We talking about Denver. Anyway,
We really talking about the NBA finals.
anyway, let's get back to the subject.
It
at
don't
hand.
matter. Time
Back
over.
it again. LeBron is not that guy. Quit over publicizing the guy. He's not a King
We need
James.
a whole episode.
Let
of
me tell you
LeBron.
this. This is what we gonna do, y'all. We gonna give y'all a whole LeBron. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say that. Just stay tuned. We got something coming up for y'all.
You gonna get a whole
Because-
episode of LeBron.
Yeah, we finna get.
Please
get this
do
out.
so I can get it out the hand.
So-
Cause y'all rag on this dude too much, man.
So here's what we got, man. Bucks, Phoenix. Who you got coming out of this series?
I got Phoenix in 6 games.
Phoenix in 6. Who you got?
Yeah, I say Phoenix in 6.
Got you. We're gonna stay tuned on that. We want y'all to drop y'all comments below what y'all think is gonna come out of this series. Phoenix in 6, Phoenix in 4, Phoenix in 5.
Right.
You know, whatever it is.
Bucks in
Milwaukee-
7.
Bucks in 7.
Bucks in 7.
Whatever it is, drop your comments below. We want to know what you got to say about this. But we're gonna actually come into a different wave right now, and we're gonna talk about the Rachel Nichols situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're not familiar with the situation, Rachel Nichols was actually videotaped, or not videotaped, but recorded.
Yeah.
Having a conversation with Adam Mendelsohn
Mendelsohn.
a year ago during the bubble, where she
Excuse
spoke about ESPN basically giving her finals coverage job to Maria Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And she had her feelings about this situation, which we'll go ahead and address and preview to you guys right now.
Was there feelings or was there a legitimate argument?
They about to play it.
We'll talk about it.
What did you do Doris' silent reporter job for the NBA Finals? Because guess what that would clear the way for? For Maria to do the hosting for her. Yeah. So, I have declined. I don't know what their next move is, but they are feeling pressure because of all of that. And, I'm trying to figure out like how to just, my thing is that I wish Maria Taylor all the success in the world. She covers football, she covers basketball. If you need to give her more things to do because you're feeling pressure about your crappy long-time record on diversity, which by the way I myself know personally from the female side of it, go for it. Just find it somewhere else. You're not going to find it with me.
Classic Rachel Nichols.
So, I'm gonna get into my bag on this particular
go ahead,
topic. But before I get into my bag, I really want to get y'all's perspective on it. So what I will do is I'll start with AJ.
Mm-hmm.
My perspective on it. First of all, ESPN didn't even handle it right. So if she was going into the bubble thinking she was gonna get the coverage from end in the beginning, which she got a bulk of it, right? Mm-hmm. And then they last minute they switch it over to Maria Taylor, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's unprofessional. I'm gonna be mad too because I'm geared for this, and now you switching the game up on me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a legitimate argument. She didn't down Taylor. She never downed Taylor. She never made it a black thing. She just basically said, "Oh, now it's a diversity issue because ESPN trying to save their skin by tossing them under the bus."
Mm-hmm.
So this basically could be looked at as ESPN trying to save face and trying to save money with the younger, prettier girl who's gonna be cheaper in your budget. Huh? Could be that. Or it could be they just run the course with her. Didn't like didn't like her. You heard her say she got into it with diversity and the feminism side.
Mm-hmm.
They probably didn't like this outspokenness about her and said, well, yeah, we just toss her on the bus, get rid of her. They're gonna save us money, give us a whole different, new, younger, cheaper version woman that we can mold to be our own and keep it rolling.
So what you got?
Oh, before I get into mine, I want to play a video from Mike Hill. He's a former associate or former employee of ESPN, and he spoke about his time at ESPN. So I want you guys to listen in on this.
9 years, and it's sad that when I worked there was a certain culture that existed at ESPN. And look, I will give them credit for being a worldwide leader. I probably wouldn't be in the position I am today if it wasn't for those 4 letters being on my resume. So I'm going to give them the credit they deserve. All right, gave me a lot of exposure. But at the same time, I did realize and I experienced a culture at ESPN that maybe exists in other places. But the sad thing about ESPN is it could be such a great utopia, but at times it isn't. And a lot of times the accountability factor is select accountability. There are times where I would do things or I would say things and I would get in trouble for it. And my colleagues who didn't look like me would say the same things and they would be praised for it. There has not been one black person that has been on air that I can think of right now that has not gone through hell at ESPN. I'll just say it just straight up. Stuart Scott, Stephen A. Smith, Jamel Hill, Kerry Champion, Michael Smith, Mike Hill, anybody that's gone through there's been some sense that you have gone through some sort of hell at ESPN. I'll just put it down like that. And it needs to change. Now, ABC has done a great job. Disney has done a great job when it comes to ABC News of cleaning up their culture, getting rid of some of the things. There are certain things at ESPN that needs changing, and it starts at the top. People are going to look at me and say, you know what, Mike, you're just bitter. I'm not bitter. I got past that a long time ago. I left ESPN 8 years ago, and I moved on. I'm at Fox Sports 1. I'm now at the Black News Channel, enjoying myself. But the layers that I looked at, the entitlement, the privilege that came from Rachel Nichols and what she said, taking what's mine, when if you go back, and I'll just break it all the way down, if you go all the way back to when she first started, people can look at her and say the same thing about her. Something was given to her, maybe given to her, that a lot of people felt like they deserved to have at that particular time. I know there was a situation where I was hosting a show called NFL Live. And all of a sudden, Rachel Nichols, who didn't do a lot with the NFL at that time, was given hosting opportunities over me. I didn't say anything about her being a woman coming in. I just thought that was ESPN making the decisions that they made for whatever reasons they did. I never looked at the person who got the opportunity over me and said, well, you know what, it's their fault. No, like you mentioned before, Sharon, it is a culture that is prevalent at that network, but it's also prevalent in other places. Sharon, how many times have you been?
So with that, it sounds like the bottom line is ESPN is the problem. And they're dodging accountability. They're covering up the issues that they have internally by trying to save face publicly. And I think we don't speak enough about that. You know, it's about the and I don't want to make it political, and I don't want to make it a racial issue, but it needs to be, somebody needs to speak about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he named literally maybe about 7 individuals that have dealt with that and have moved on from the company. And I'm
only one left, right? Only
proponent.
one left, right?
Yeah, and I think who's that? Maria Taylor's pretty much the only one left.
Stephen A.
Smith is still there. Yeah,
that's
so
the only one.
Everyone else is left.
If Stuart Scott had problems,
Come on, man. Exactly. Lead anchors and stuff like that. Like, he went on. We didn't talk about it, but he went further in the interview, and he was talking about the guy that was leading the ESPN, and he was like, I can't put you on. This is at the time Stuart Scott was like a lead anchor, and he was like, I can't put you in front because we already got one. And he said, I can't do that because it looks too ghetto, and we already got one of y'all up there. So that's where the racial tension, where the racial part comes in.
He talking to his base.
Yeah.
Talking to his base.
But it's not about that. It's the part of, it's like, oh, we already got one of y'all. We don't need more.
I get exactly what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's the issue in itself. And it's also, it's like, nobody speaking, like I said before, nobody's speaking about it internally. And it's being exposed that, you know, they're the good guys publicly, and that's not the truth. You know, and I think that's the issue that really needs to be spoke on. Like, Rachel was wrong. She admitted that she was wrong for what she said, the way she said it. I believe she was wrong for the way she said it. I don't believe she was wrong for saying it, because I think she brought attention to something that needed to be that needed attention. But for the way she said it, it did make it sound racial, and it made it sound like she was saying that somebody got a job because they're black. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think, and what's the word I'm looking for? It's
talking about affirmative action.
No, not affirmative action. It's more of a like a optics is everything. You know, so the way it looks like to everybody, it makes it look like she's one jealous, or she's like being like, oh, she got this spot because she's black. But the reason I can't agree with that is because she went on to say, I understand what they're doing because they did the same thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Basically, when she was like, you know,
basically talking about the Mark Hill situation, right?
The Mike, I mean, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
That's why I said that. But this is why I'm saying it's layers. It's so many layers. It's so many layers to it, because it's like it's some racial tension into it. It's some good old boy tension in it. You know what I'm saying?
This is the main thing, the good old boy attention.
Yeah, I mean, it's all of that.
That's what gets
It's
me.
all of that.
It's the same guy.
It needs to start from the top.
It's the same guy.
Yeah, it starts from the top.
Same guy, and he could care less. He ain't gonna change.
Nah, because we're going to keep watching.
He ain't gonna change.
We're going to keep watching.
See, I'll say this. So let's get really down to it, all right?
Go ahead.
When it comes to, I'll address Mike Hill first. So when he says the part about, well, I never, questioned the person that got the opportunity. I just took it as this is what ESPN is doing for whatever reason. Speak up. Because at the end of the day, what that was, hey, we're going to ingratiate a woman in here because we need to create some diversity in here, and we're going to take your opportunity away so that we can give it to her, instead of creating an opportunity for her to shine and keeping your opportunity to shine. But they want to take away and pit people against each other. So at the end of the day, that's all Rachel Nichols was doing. Rachel Nichols never said anything about Maria Taylor not being deserving of the job.
Right.
She said Maria Taylor deserves everything, every opportunity that is afforded to her. But don't take what's mine at my expense.
Exactly.
So basically what it is, she's coming from a feminist situation, a standpoint, because it's like, hey, you're basically, ESPN, what you're basically saying is two women cannot coexist in the same space. So what we're going to do is we're going to give this black woman an opportunity to shine, take yours, and we're going to play on African Americans' heartstrings and emotions when it comes to white women in America right now. Because we know that at the end of the day, the Karens of the world out there, black people are on high alert. So we're going to spin it to make it seem like Rachel is racist, when in actuality, she's really not doing any of that. She's calling us out for our BS, because we're basically not giving two women the opportunity to shine in the same space. So that's really all it was. I don't feel like Rachel Nichols said anything wrong.
Right.
I don't think she said anything out of context. I think ESPN knew what it was, and they knew how to spin it to make it racial.
ESPN was covering their behind.
I don't think she's a racist. It didn't sound nothing racist to me.
No, it didn't. And here's the deal.
Why, and that's exactly why they didn't let her go.
Exactly.
Because they would have known that they had nothing to stand on.
Well, she had colleagues stand up for her.
And let's also be honest.
They did.
It's in her contract to actually do the finals. So it was a breach of contract on ESPN's part to give it to Maria Taylor in the first place.
Right.
Poor management.
Piss poor professionalism.
It's the same way as nobody would want your job to be taken away because, they're trying to create some type of diversity. Shift within the company. It just is what it is. It has nothing to do about race, because at the end of the day, when it comes to Asians, we want Asians to get the same, love, opportunities that any one of us, anybody else gets. But at the same time, because of the Stop Asian Hate culture that's going on right now, That doesn't mean I want somebody of Asian descent to
Take
take
my
my
job.
job. You know,
Exactly.
it just is what it is. So, you know, at the end of the day, that's where Rachel was coming from. They spun it to sound that way. And I think what also wasn't talked about was the second half of that recorded conversation where they basically went in and said, hey, it's really on ESPN pitting two women against each other than giving them an opportunity to individually shine that we can create. So
It's the same thing I just said with the Mike Hill information where he just
Exactly.
said, I can't put you at the top. I can't put you out in front because we already have a guy out in front
Yeah.
that looks just like you.
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Basically, we
I
already
can't-
got a brother here.
Exactly.
You can't put two
I
of
can't
y'all
have two of
together.
y'all here.
Now, you hear that every day in the workforce. We can't put two black folks working together. It just looks bad.
No, we can't put two black people in the league. That's what they trying to say.
At this point in time, I need for my people to put context,
Oh, we gonna get into that.
read, look at the glass. Y'all looking at the glass half
Half
full.
empty.
No,
when it-
just
when it-
step back and look
half
at the
empty.
big
Half
picture.
empty.
When
Too
it comes to
many
this
pessimists,
situation.
man.
Because we're really quick to push the
The racial.
racial
Yeah.
thing when the bigger picture here is that ESPN is on some BS.
Again, though, I get the racial undertones.
I get it.
I get it, I understand it, but let's not push that as the main narrative.
That wasn't the narrative.
No, it's not. But I want everybody to understand that should not be the main narrative. We get the racial undertones and we can understand how you could take it as that. But if you dig a little deeper, listen a little more with your mind, listen a little more with your mind, not with your heart, because a lot of people take it to heart, and they can't hear past that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like a trigger.
Oh, boy.
You know, so it's like if you just listen a little more with your mind, open up your mind a little more, and listen to what they're saying there's a deeper issue. You know, and
The
I
deeper
like the fact-
issue is the big boss.
Yeah, but
That's the deeper issue.
it's the corporation industry. That's the problem. It's the corporation mindset
Yeah.
in a sports world. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the problem. that we
Really
have.
doesn't work.
And
Don't.
we're also not saying that Rachel wasn't,
Wasn't wrong. I
afforded a situation because of where she stands. I mean, her father, Diane Sawyer, she's well connected.
Mhm.
But at the same time, in this particular situation here, it's not what you think it is.
Yeah.
It's
It's
so
more
much
of a.
to
It's
it.
more of a. What's the saying? It's not that deep.
Well, you got to think you ain't heard a squeal out of her until this. You ain't never heard. She been working around black folks, athletes.
She put them on. She put T-Mac on.
Exactly.
She helped
Exactly.
Stack. She helped Matt Barnes.
She been around these guys for a long period of
Exactly.
time, and you never heard them have a problem with
Exactly.
them. And who would be the first to detect this? Those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody has come
And
out.
nobody's come out and said it. Exactly.
Nobody
Exactly.
detected this.
Exactly.
This is just a piss poor
And let me say-
management job from ESPN, which turned the whole new leaf, and then she's taking the backfire for their trash.
And as we wrap up, I'll also, end it with this. Keep in mind, now that the slander is started, Rachel's racist, this, that, and the third. Now they've come out and said, oh, she was having relations with Jimmy Butler in the bubble and, this, that, and the third. They try to bring in
More issues.
See,
and things,
Paint a bad picture.
paint a bad picture to make it seem as if,
Yeah.
hey, she's messing around with this player.
But you know what that is? That's media control.
see, look,
Exactly.
This, some of this stuff should have never been leaked. So the only way it could be leaked was from who? Because I'm quite sure a bunch of players didn't even know about this.
A lot of black people were upset about the black woman that did leak the information and got fired. But what we also have to realize is that is a felony in the United States of America to.
Well, that is crossing the line because this is supposed to be private and confidential between the company, and she signed a contract for that on her
Exactly.
job.
We're gonna get on our black people and how they act towards things when it comes to sports, how they react. Let's go to the next one because we're gonna get on that because I got some things to say about when it
Not
comes
all
to the
our black
Olympics.
people.
Yeah, not all our black people, but a lot of us we gotta do better We gotta do better.
We love the skin that we in. Man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we love it a little too much sometimes. We love it blindly.
They pin on their emotions.
Yeah,
Like
I know, and we
pin
gonna
on
get
their
into it. We
emotions.
gonna get into it. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah,
we gonna get into it.
So the deal is that we have some Olympic woes that's going on right now because right now there are a lot of things that are going on with the Olympics that African Americans are not very fond of. One in particular, of course, is the Sha'Carri Richardson situation. A lot of black people are upset because they feel as if, hey, it's just weed. It's really not that big of a deal.
Right.
It's legal in the United States, totally negating the fact that this is the Olympics and the United States is only a small piece of the pie when it comes to that. Yeah. But that's just it. Now we're also going to get a chance to talk about the swim caps that are made for women of color, afros, things of that nature that are being banned now. Right. That's something to talk about.
Right.
But as far as the Sha'Carri Richardson situation, that's something that we might need to dive a little bit deeper into.
All this talking about you won't watch the Olympics because they taking away our black people in the Olympics. Do you understand when Sha'Carri Richardson got suspended, the person that her alternate is black. The alternate for that alternate is black. The alternate for that alternate is black. Like we're not taking away opportunities. Sha'Carri understands the mistakes that she made. Okay, she understands that she has to serve a suspension. All right, she made that choice. She made that bed. She has to lay in it, and she understood that. You know who's not talking about it? Sha'Carri Richardson.
Again, this was not on the U.S. track team. This was on the IOC.
This is Olympic rules.
This is IOC.
But still, it's still mandated in the rules of track and field.
Right.
That when you are in competition, you cannot ingest. You cannot take any performance enhancing drugs.
Right.
You cannot take any. You cannot test positive for anything of an illegal banned substance. All right.
Right.
And that is an illegal substance according to track and field. Whatever you want to call it, it's illegal. It's illegal. All right. She made a decision. I'm not gonna get into my soapbox about how you to cope and all this because I'm not gonna tell nobody how to cope. I talked about this last episode. All right, but again, there are many avenues that you can take, many other avenues that you could take. She understood that. She made a decision. I understand her decision. All right, and she understands that it's wrong. Like once again, nobody else is talking about this.
I ain't gonna get into
inside of the track and field.
I ain't gonna get into that part about the decision making. Now the decision making. She made a mistake and she paying for it.
Right.
Okay, but at the same token, this is more mental because this is grievance. Okay, this is grievance. So when people say, "Oh yeah, look, don't do this and do this," she could do this. My son, look, this is grievance. Everybody grieve different.
Yeah.
You seen what happened with Bobby Christina Brown, right?
Yeah.
Right.
She had the whole world in front of her. This is Bobby Brown, Whitney Houston's daughter, and she ended up killing herself because of mental issues from grievance. She couldn't get over. This is how I bond her and her mama had. It was grievance. Now, Sha'Carri could have been in that same boat, and if she would have did something outright and killed herself, then everybody would be like, "Well, we need to get Nick." So don't give me all this bull crap about what she should have did. We talking about, like I said the last episode. First thing they should be worried about if you the track coach, if you anybody close to her, family, friends. Teammates, you should be worried about her psyche, because right now she got a big girl garage on in front of the TV. But I guarantee you, this little baby, when she turn the lights off, it's a whole different thing when she walking by herself. So I ain't even gonna get into all that this and that. I'm not advocating for ignorance at all. I'm not advocating for rules being brought or switched for a certain individual.
Right.
I'm not doing that neither. But at the end of the day, this is deeper than just some medals and some. I ran across the stage. This is deeper for her, this child.
I get your perspective.
Yeah,
of that.
But I'm with you on that. But we not on that. What we on is the people being in the uproar saying they won't watch the Olympics because of the lack of the African American representation.
Well, you got plenty. That's a false statement itself. You got plenty African American
Yeah,
representation.
this is why I was saying that we gotta chill.
Track and field is
That's
pretty
why we
much.
gotta hold our black people accountable. This is what I'm saying. We gotta hold our brothers and sisters accountable with misinformation. That's what I'm saying.
And the other
that's
misinformation that we also want to debunk is, people you like to bring up the Michael Phelps situation. Well, you also have to know that Michael Phelps
was tested after the Olympics.
Well, tested, but it was a picture of him holding a bomb.
Exactly.
And it wasn't during an Olympic trial.
No, it was
and
after.
He also got suspended for 3 months and lost endorsements.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't go unpunished for that particular situation as well. So we have to, again, it's not all about race every time.
Go ahead. No, I'm finished. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Some of this is just law down rules. Some of this.
But this also brings into the point of where we talk about how the media spins everything, and how we say they play on the black folks' heartstrings. We gotta be. This is where it ties into it, where we have to be smarter, and we have to know what's a story.
Well, I ain't gonna put everything on the media.
Why we not? I'm not putting everything. I'm not putting it on the media. I'm putting it on us. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm putting it on us. I'm saying we got to be smarter with what we deem discernment. That's what we did.
Yeah.
Discernment. Okay. You need to know what's real and what's
fake.
clickbait, bro.
What's fake? Yes.
Like what's clickbait? We gotta do better with that. We gotta hold ourselves accountable when it comes to that. We gotta do better. We gotta educate ourselves, bro. That's why we behind the 8 ball every time. That's why everybody be like, man, I'm just trying to get in the race, bro. Like we're not even in the race, bro, because we can't even get through the gate.
Exactly.
Like
I heard. I was listening to a snippet of Judge Joe Brown. He was getting into it with I forget this guy's name, but he was on CNN for a while. But anyway, Joe told him, he said, "Y'all ain't even active like you supposed to be." And you know how Joe talk. He said, "What you mean?" He said, "Okay, think about the Trayvon thing. Y'all went out there, protested. Then after protest, y'all did nothing." And he said, "What we supposed to do? You supposed to go vote the guys out. You supposed to vote the DA out. You supposed to go vote prosecutors out. You supposed to go vote the judge out. And the sheriff. You supposed to vote him out, chief out. Everybody got to get voted out."
Yeah, we don't want to get
but
political.
they didn't go vote because you know why? They still saying, "Oh, voting does nothing." Okay, if voting did nothing, why are we all of a sudden trying to change voters' rules? Think about it.
And on that note,
I'm gonna leave it at that.
on that note,
stuff they don't want to hear.
Right, but that's what this podcast is for. We're here to give our, candid expressions and thoughts on all issues dealing in sports, and it might lean a little bit outside of the sports realm a little bit, but that's just because hey, we three educated black men that want to give
see better.
our see better for our people, man. So we wanted to give that little tidbit or whatever. But we're gonna get into some better, more positive news right now with the NCAA and their new rules right now. So as we know, we spoke a little bit about it last time, just briefly, but we want to dive into it just a little bit more. The NCAA has changed its rules now to where now players can make money off of their likeness.
Yeah. Name, image, and likeness.
So we want to talk a little bit about that because I made a point last time to say, now this is a more time than any for student athletes to focus more on the first term of that phrase, which is student. And they can now, get their full education without having to go to the league so early just to get money to pay for help moms or help their family out.
Right.
They can get money now in while they're still in college, still in high school, which is why your boy from UCLA decided to take himself out of the NBA draft and go back to school. If you can pull his name, I want to get dude's name, but
I think it was a great decision too.
Right. Which I'm not sure that's his main reason, but at the same time, he's now able to make money off of his name, especially after what he did.
Sean Nicks.
No, not him. It's Johnny Zane.
June Zane?
June Zane, yeah.
I think it was a great decision, though. I think it was a great decision because look at what you're working with. You're working with all these kids. The NBA is an international sport. So our chances are better of hitting the lotto, the Powerball, than it is going to the NBA because you got to add the rest of the world in there.
Right.
You got to add up Europe, Africa, just to put the whole world in there.
Right.
It's an international sport now. It's pretty popular. It's probably second to soccer right now. Then baseball, but anyway. So while these kids getting an education, they're not limiting themselves. You probably will see less stories of the superstar athlete working at the bank mopping the floor.
Right.
Because he blew his knee. You know, he can stay focused on this thing, get his mom a house. Because I think you also on the positive note, you knock out the middleman.
Yeah, we talked
What
about
about all the brokers, the school brokers who was chunking the kids' money? They was still getting paid. Don't be stupid. They was getting paid. They was getting money under the table.
Yeah.
You think these guys was parents was coming out of the middle of the ghetto and they riding around in brand new cars for nothing? Come on, man. Let's be honest with this.
Yeah.
Certain people hide it better than others. Certain people don't. Some get caught. Some won't.
So now I'm with the new rules and players getting paid and all that. I want to stress financial literacy.
Let's talk about it.
I want to stress that early in your young high school, college careers, learn as much as you can about how to take care of your money. Okay? Because 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, however old you are, before 22, I don't know. It's just young age guys getting that much money, you need to know how to take care of it. Okay, you want to shell out this much money to moms, buy a house, get daddy a new truck, whatever. Put your boys on, have an entourage, whatever you want to do, man. That's all well and good, man. But make sure you have something for you, and make sure you know how to shell out the right amount. Make sure you know what to do with this money. I ain't telling you what to do with it. I'm just telling you be smart with it. That's all I'm saying. Take care of yourself, take care of your people, but be smart with your money, man. Like that's all because a lot of it is gonna be thrown at you. All right, if you got talent,
and don't bite on every dollar.
Yeah,
don't bite on every dollar.
Don't bite on everything that get put on your plate, man. Like for real, because then you got too much, and now you fumbling something.
And don't let everybody fool you into they some kind of financial guru, because they'll
too,
take
man.
your
That's
money.
That's
they'll
part of
take
taking
your
care.
money
That's
and
part of
run.
taking care of your money, bro. That's part of taking care of your money. Get the right people in that can help you and not hurt you. That's part of taking care of your money. You know what I'm saying? Get the right financial advisors. Get the right trainers. Because taking care of your money also means taking care of yourself, taking care of your body. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might not make the league. You got to be realistic about it. All right?
Exactly. Most won't. All
right? Learn how to be a trainer.
Most
learn
won't.
how to be
a coach.
Yeah, learn how to be a coach. Be
A professor.
Be somebody in media. Like,
A professor.
if you want to work in that profession, like, take care of yourself. Because, like you said, you can blow your knee out. You can end your career. It can happen like that. But take care of yourself, bro. Like, and it ain't about making sure you got $2 million in the bank. It's making sure that your kids can look at you and say, hey, my daddy did the right thing. You know what I'm saying? He proud. Like, that's really what, at the end of the day, that's really which one you want, a legacy. That's really what it is. So build your legacy. And build it the way you want to build it. I ain't going to tell you how to build it. Build it the way you want to build it. You know what I'm saying? Just do it the right way. That's all I'm saying. That's really all that is. I'm for.
Especially when they got the opportunity. Especially when they getting the opportunity. Don't start off with a Cracker Jack box and end up with a Cracker Jack box. Nah.
No, that's for real. That's all part of the financial literacy part. Like, I feel like take some classes for it. Take a business class in college. You know what I'm saying? Like, take a finance class. Take anything.
You can take a skill or trade.
Do something where you can learn something different rather than, and don't bank on the whatever sport you playing, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, tennis.
Because this
soccer,
just might be your last check, your first and last check.
Don't bank on that being like, hey, I got to make it to this. If that's what you believe, then you work as hard as you can to get to that, boo-boo. You do it. All right? But understand that everybody not going to make it. No, be realistic with yourself.
No.
All right?
That's the key point.
Yes.
Be realistic with yourself.
All right? Everybody is not a D1 athlete. Everyone is not an NFL player. Everyone is not an NBA star. All right? You 5'5", playing point guard at a 3A school. You not a Division I.
I remember when I was in middle school. I was like, yo, it's about to happen. I'm finna go to the league, and then I had to laugh at myself because I was like,
you gotta be realistic with yourself.
I ain't growing no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm 5'8".
Yeah.
You know what I'm
most
saying?
most people will run across that because the average man is 5'9". So yeah, most of us gonna run across the height.
Right.
I ain't got that issue.
I ain't growing though. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We got all the giants in the back in the production side.
I ain't got
you know
that
what
issue,
I'm saying?
man. I'm 6'1". I'm tall.
Yeah. He got the genes, man.
Yeah,
I ain't get that from my,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
No, I didn't get that neither.
They ain't get it. You know what I'm saying?
Look, all in all,
Look,
all in all,
baby.
all in all, I'm for the NCAA changing the rules and paying kids for their name, image, and their likeness. But once again, I stress financial literacy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, get with whoever you can to learn how to take care of yourself. All right, and when I say once again, when I say take care of yourself, I don't just mean it in a financial way. I mean it. Take care of yourself for the rest of your life. Take care of your family. You know what I'm saying? Learn different things. Be versatile. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Yep.
That's what I got about
The biggest thing, like we said, first and foremost, student athlete. The most important word now, I feel, is student.
Always learn. Continue to learn.
Man,
You're never too old to learn. You're never too smart enough to learn something new.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like continue to learn. Student athlete. If you're gonna continue to be an athlete, you need to continue being a student as well.
Exactly.
Be a student of the game. Be a student of life.
Exactly. Boom.
I can agree with that.
Hashtag student of life, man.
Student of life. I'm with it.
Let's do it. We're gonna move on because right now we're gonna hop into a bag that we have not hopped into yet, which is the NFL. So I know we talked about it briefly, talking about our favorite teams and things of that nature, but we haven't gotten into any NFL news.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple things that happened or that are big news right now within the NFL is the Aaron Rodgers situation, and because Wayne is a Green Bay Packers fan. We're gonna. I want to get his take on that. We're gonna talk about Julio Jones going to Tennessee, and we're gonna talk about Tampa Bay and them bringing back all of their defensive and offensive starters and see if they can run it back. So we're gonna start off with Aaron Rodgers, that bad man, as Stephen A. likes to put it. Let's go ahead and see what Wayne has to say about that.
Are we asking if he's coming back? What are we asking?
Well,
what you think gonna play out?
Yeah, what's the
What do I think
situation
gonna play
between
out?
Aaron and Green Bay right
You know,
now?
honestly, man, I watch a lot of this. I watch a lot of like the Packers interviews and a lot of the inside stuff on them, and I watch a lot of opinions on what everybody's saying about Aaron Rodgers. And I hear everything. I hear everybody saying like, "Oh man, Aaron's as good as gone." They compare it to like a marriage, and it's like a marriage. If you keep doing stuff outside the marriage and not consulting in your wife or your husband, and they decide they just up and leave and they ain't coming, and they was like, "Oh, you heard she was just sleeping on the couch. Now he ain't even coming home." So I got that part, and I was like, maybe Aaron is leaving. Maybe he is gone. But then I stopped and I thought about it deeper. I was like, is Aaron justified if he decides he don't want to come back? And then so I wrote down. Bear with me now. I wrote down all the things that have happened while Aaron Rodgers has been playing with the Green Bay Packers. So the first thing, let's go with numbers. Or let's go with stats, and let's go with the teams that he's been on, all right? So Aaron Rodgers has been, 16 years in the league? 16 going on 17 years, right?
Yeah.
All right. And he's been a starter for, I think, 11 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And of those 11 years he started, he's had 2 defenses in the top 10. He's made 5 NFC Championship games with 2 defenses in the top 10. That's the first thing right there. He's got 3 MVPs. All right. So the problem, the first thing you should say is he ain't the issue. So that should have been off the books, off of that. I'll get back to that though. The second thing is they started putting money towards the wrong things on the team. They started putting money towards. I love Mason Crosby, but they paid Mason Crosby. Shouldn't have paid Mason Crosby. They started cutting players that he was praising. They cut Jordy Nelson when he felt like Jordy Nelson was still a number 1. I don't believe he was a number 1 at the time. Devontae was coming into his own at the time. Devontae was the guy. But Jordy, he had the great chemistry with Jordy. He felt like Jordy could still play. I felt like when Jordy tore his ACL that year, they felt like Jordy had lost a step and they no longer wanted to pay him and all that. They got rid of Randall Cobb. That was another big thing. They got rid of Alex Van Pelt, his offense, his quarterback guru. All right, that was his quarterback's coach, and he developed a great relationship with him. It's just a lot of things that just kept happening, and none of these were consulted with Aaron Rodgers. And I'm a firm believer in if you got a star player or if you got a star pupil, and this guy is helping you, he's keeping your business afloat, he's making you money, He's your best player on your team. All this kind of stuff. All the positives. Like a LeBron James, like a Kevin Durant, let's go to other sports. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's gonna make a move at the top without your best player knowing. I feel like that's where a lot of owners and GMs go wrong when it comes to the way they run their teams. Let's dive a little deeper. They let go of Jay Kumaro when he just literally like a week before was giving praise to him on how he was coming into his own and could be the next potential, I guess, next rising star. Yeah, the next guy for their receiving core. They put the icing on the cake. Lord, my Packers. They put the icing on the cake when they decided to draft Jordan Love. Move up in the draft. And draft a quarterback.
That's going to ride the pine.
I mean, if we think about it, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, bro, I'm leaving too. Like, I mean, like, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, bro, like, what is the point of staying here? You've clearly shown me that you don't want me here.
Say, man,
you've clearly shown me that. Listen, bro, you. Every time I praise a guy, every time I tell you I like this guy, every time if something goes wrong, I understand what you sign up for when you the star player. You're gonna get all the praise, you're gonna get all the blame. So when they don't play well and when they go wrong, of course Aaron Rodgers gonna get all the blame. But I'm a context guy, all right? And of course that's my team. So I'll watch and I see how it goes, man. And I know that dude, y'all have not supplied this guy with the right. This is probably the best team without Aaron Rodgers right now that I've seen. That he's not even in camp right now. This is the best team that they fielded for Aaron Rodgers outside of the 2010-11 team. And I actually think this team is better than that team.
Well, to me, their focal point was they didn't give him another key receiver and the offensive line.
I mean, they honestly still never gave him a key receiver. I mean, Devontae is that guy. If you outside of Devontae, who really scares you?
Like, nobody.
Fun don't scare me. Devin Funches don't scare me. MVS don't really scare me. I like them as pieces.
No.
But you got to think about what's being thrown at you on other teams in the NFC.
They have a nice running back. Running back.
Aaron Jones a dog.
They got lucky with that one. He turned.
They got two good running backs.
He turned to be a dog. Yeah, but then you still have to get.
I like AJ too.
You still have to invest in your line.
No, they got a good offensive line. They've always had a good offensive line.
It's solid. But I think they missed a few picks on that too. For some reason, they trying to expand in other spots. But the thing is, you got to make your star happy, right? You got to make him happy. You got to get him toys to play with. He's the QB. You got to give him toys to play with. You got to. Same thing with Russell Wilson. You got to give him a line. You got to give him some. He got toys to play with, but you got to give him a line. He ain't got you. He can't keep running for his life. Every play, he running for his life, making a play. Come on, man.
Even with the good old line.
Even with the okay old line. Okay. They okay.
Yeah, but do you think Aaron coming back though?
I think he coming back. I think he got that competitive dog in him that he'll come back because
so you think he gonna get that itch?
Right now, they not making, ain't nobody really throwing no deals out there.
There are no deals. Understand that they're not trading him.
I don't think he's gonna sit out. He's not gonna sit out a whole year. Why would he sit out a whole year? I think still in the back of his mind, I gotta go show these folks I can play.
I think they would have to cut him in order for that to happen.
So let me clarify.
That's not happening.
I think Aaron has no reason to come back.
Ooh.
But I think he will. Because of what you said. He is a competitor and he knows his team is great.
He got to.
This is a great team. No, it's not that. It's not just that. And it's also Aaron Rodgers is also still very smart. He's very savvy. He's still a businessman also. And he knows that he's under contract. He's also just a smart guy. He knows he's smart. He's very calculated on what he says as well. If you pay attention to the interviews, the limited interviews that he's had.
Yeah, he don't say much.
He don't say much. He says a lot, but he says a lot by saying nothing. He says nothing by saying a lot.
He just let action show, even though other guys will get on his team. Don't ask me why.
His team going to bat for him, though.
No, I ain't talking about his team. I'm talking about other guys around the league putting in their information.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Some dumb tight end, I ain't even going to say his name. Some dumb tight end that played with Tampa Bay that retired and came back and I don't like that guy anyway. But anyway, we ain't going to say his name. Don't say his name.
I won't say his name.
Going to put in on Aaron Rodgers.
We ain't going to talk about it.
Come on, man.
We ain't gonna talk about
it. But be honest, as a 49ers fan, if they doing bad, they give us a slight chance.
Man, you in the toughest division. You gonna be last in your division.
Here's the question I want to pose. If, hypothetically speaking, Aaron Rodgers does wind up getting cut.
They're not cutting Aaron Rodgers. They're gonna take they cut Aaron Rodgers. They gotta pay. They paying that cap. So,
But I'm saying you have a disgruntled QB. They talked about it with Deshaun Watson. You know, they may not trade Deshaun Watson. They may cut him because things are just gonna get too messy there.
mm-hmm.
But hypothetically speaking, there's a 20 to 30% chance that'll ever happen. But hypothetically speaking, what teams do you feel like could really use an Aaron Rodgers and to catapult them to championship status?
Every team.
Not every team. Not every team because it's
Let's
about
be honest.
it's about 7 or 8 teams that don't need Aaron Rodgers because they have a franchise quarterback. So they don't need it. But you're gonna be surprised in my pick because a lot of people are saying Denver, right?
A lot of people saying
Denver. But the place I would love to see Aaron Rodgers is in Tennessee. I would love to see him in Tennessee.
Wow.
And
you know what?
Tennessee.
And
I would love to see him in Tennessee.
You know what?
I wouldn't want to see him in Tennessee.
I would. I mean, the Texans wouldn't want to see him in Tennessee. But I'd want to see him in Tennessee.
Let's just think. Tennessee got a dumb coach.
Who,
Vrabel's not that. Y'all give him too much credit.
We ain't even talked about Vrabel.
Vrabel's not. You said you want to see him in Tennessee.
I want to see him because I like the weapons in Tennessee.
They got weapons. A heck of an offensive coordinator. But if Vrabel stay out the equation, yeah. But if Vrabel gets in the equation, he does dumb decisions.
Listen.
Like what?
What dumb decision did Vrabel do? Besides not having a great defense.
He let a lot of defensive players go. He could have vouched.
Did he do that? Because he's not the general manager.
He the head coach. I hope he got some kind of say so.
Yeah, it's true.
I can hope he got some kind of say so.
I mean, I think you coming from a perspective of he was a DC at one point in time,
Yes.
so he should have a little bit more.
No, he was more than DC. He was a defensive player. He's a DN in the league with some rings on his finger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He got to go up to the office and have some kind of say.
I'm sure you're having them conversations,
I'm
man.
just
but
gonna
you
let
got,
all my defense players go. And we're
that's
gonna
not.
play with
Nah,
paper.
I don't think that's what they saying,
Yeah,
bro.
we're gonna play with pinatas. Yeah. I ain't going. Miss Tennessee.
So here's the thing. To piggyback off of that though, Tennessee matching up Aaron Rodgers and Julio Jones.
Ooh, that would be some
AJ
killer.
Brown.
That would be
AJ
a problem.
Brown.
And then you got that 240-pound running back
dog
back
in the
there with that
backfield,
good
yeah.
line.
Derrick Henry in the
Lord have
backfield.
mercy, man.
Come
That
on,
would
man.
be a nightmare.
Come on, bro.
Then what if he decides to keep it? Ooh, but I could tell you another team he'll look good with.
Don't
The
you say
Vikings.
the 49ers? I'm about to, he not going to
Vikings.
The
Oh, he
Vikings.
will look good with the 49ers. That'll be the best pick of all.
That'd be so-
if you trade Aaron Rodgers for Jimmy
But you know
V,
y'all not doing that because y'all literally just drafted a quarterback, number 3.
hey man, that's all on the freaking head coach. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know. I'm not.
What you gonna do if Trey
thinking
Lance
anything.
is balling though?
If he balling. But from what I'm looking at, he's a project. So we can use Rodgers right now.
He's so hungry for a
He hungry for a
Man,
championship.
I'm hungry. I ain't gonna lie, I'm desperate.
I know. Look, them cap days done got you real. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't even just the cap days. It's just bad decisions. Ooh, bad plays. They're just nightmares. It's just.
I mean, you a fan, man, so you remember it all.
Sit
Trust
around.
me.
Yeah.
I sat through all the Green Bay Packers heartaches. Trust me.
Oh man, God.
Trust me. I understand.
Cowboy fan, y'all get no
Colin
love.
Kaepernick still running on our defense.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, shoot.
Hey, well,
Years
yeah.
later.
Yeah, he's still running on our defense.
well, yeah,
He's
but-
still pulling that fake. Eric Walter's still looking like, where was he at?
But Cowboys fans, I do not like Cowboys.
Well, guess what?
They get the
Y'all in a
ultimate
better
paint.
position than I am as a Texas fan.
They get
Sorry
the
for
paint.
that.
Hey,
Yeah.
we was talking about Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
Because we like to trade with Julio.
Yeah.
I think they're going to win the division.
Who?
Of course
Tennessee.
they are.
Who are they playing against?
I mean,
Texans?
Don't sleep on the Colts. bro.
Jaguars?
Don't sleep on the Colts.
Well, they do got walk it to.
They got walk it to him. Walk it to him Wentz.
Yeah, they got walk it to him.
Wentz is suspect. He's still suspect. Now, how
I
would
think
he,
Wentz was in a bad situation.
Well,
in Philly,
how
man.
would he do with this new coach? How would he adjust to this new system?
I think
That's
he gonna be
gonna
all right.
be the leader.
I think Carson going to be all right. man.
If they can, you think so?
I think Carson going to be all right.
I don't know.
I
We
think Carson's gonna
see.
be all right.
We see.
I put money on Carson. Man.
I ain't
think-
gonna put no money on
And
him.
Andrew
I
Luck
ain't
probably
putting no
still
money on him.
is going to be there to probably help, because he might be a,
Well, like consultant or something?
consultant.
Did they say that?
They didn't, but I'm just throwing
Andrew
a
Dunn, bro.
line. He might be one to,
Andrew chilling, man.
maybe they call him to talk to him a little bit, about the coach. I don't know. I'm just throwing a
He
ball
gonna
out
need
there.
better than Luck. He gonna have to talk to Peyton Manning. He gonna talk Peyton Manning. He gonna have to get
Peyton was done with
Hey, all
Ursay
this
and the
is
Colts.
good, though. All this is good. I'm saying Tennessee gonna win
Peyton,
it,
man.
but who gonna bring it out though? Like who gonna bring it out to AFC? Like because honestly, everybody, if we be
Out of
real,
the whole
everybody
AFC?
on the crash course to play who? Tampa,
Out of the whole AFC,
Hold on, so what you're saying right now is the NFC is sold up.
bro. I mean Tampa brought back all their players, bro. Like the only thing that's probably gonna stop Tampa, bro, is injuries, bro.
so if you looked at the Tampa Bay team I was on last night, it was defensive orientated. You can say Tom Brady won. He did because he was the quarterback. But you look at his numbers, you look at the games.
Defense win championships.
Defense won that. Tom, it wasn't on Tom's shoulders.
But that Tom didn't want it that way though. Like Tom don't want it on his shoulders.
Man.
Tom gonna be a game manager, bro. He gonna dump. You think Tom dumb, bro? Tom knew what he was walking into when he went to Tampa.
We know that. We know he was going to a loaded team. He wasn't going to no team where they gonna make him be the star. Actually have to play. Come on now.
So what we talking about?
Come on now. He had 199 yards in the championship game.
It don't matter. They
Hey,
won.
come on, man. Come on, man. They won by a blowout, but it was an injured Kansas City game team.
No,
Okay, so that
yeah.
brings us to bring me to my question again. What I'm saying. So who gonna come out that AFC? Because I feel like right now everybody on the crash course to play Tampa.
My best.
They brought everybody back, bro. Only person they did not bring back was AB. Their team is better.
My best league is Kansas City will come back for vengeance. That's my best bet.
So you got Kansas City versus Tampa.
No. I don't even think Tampa making it back to the championship.
Who you got? Don't say your 49ers because I'm gonna turn your mic off.
No. Whoever comes out of the NFC gonna be a wacky year.
You think so?
I know so.
I like the Rams too.
My point, it's gonna be a wacky year. Cause we don't know if Seattle can come out. We don't know
like
if
Seattle.
the Rams can come out. We got another hidden horse. Hey, I wouldn't even just write off the Saints. I wouldn't write them off. They got a new quarterback system, but
Dude, we don't even know who their quarterback is.
hey,
Hey man,
Peyton's a
Crab Legs
guru.
McGee.
We gonna have crab legs, or we gonna have my boy, Mr. I don't know if I want to throw it or run it.
hey, Peyton is a guru back there at offense. He still put up.
Yeah,
numbers.
he is, bro. But
he still put up
how much-
numbers wins without his star.
He a guru, but he need to be a whiz and figure out how not to have this man throwing 30 interceptions. And I like Jameis.
Here's the thing, Jameis threw 30 plus touchdowns that year.
He did.
Hey, say man, I would not count them out right now.
Okay.
I would not. I'm telling you, I got power with this.
What about you like the Bears with Justin Fields?
I think they make it
because I feel like they kind of
I think their defense was always there.
They
Their
got
defense
better.
was always there.
But look, I feel like they got better by subtraction in that division because if Aaron Rodgers don't play, I feel like that division is now open.
Well, they
And
still
this
got
is me being completely objective. Like
you still don't know what how the Vikings gonna pan out this year. They could come
But
up.
the Vikings
and
are always
sneak up on
in the
Yeah,
in
they
the
always
race.
in the
They're always
race.
in the mix,
Yeah,
you know.
But I don't think Kirk Cousins that guy though. But
No, I
anyway,
don't either.
with the Vikings and this guy, if he could get any kind of offensive,
I mean, you know, they run through Dalvin Cook.
well,
They run through Dalvin Cook, and they got, and all they need is a guy. All they need is a guy to manage the game. They have great receivers on the outside.
yes,
they got
that's
Justin Jefferson.
my
They
point.
got Adam Thielen. They got
That's my
great guys. on
point.
the
They
outside,
got that young kid from LSU last year.
Yeah, Jefferson.
Yeah, that kid is nice.
Yeah, they
that
got-
kid is quite.
They got ballers,
nice.
bro. That's why you saying Kirk Cousins not that guy. They don't need him to be that guy. They really, you know who they remind me of? They remind me of your 49ers team that went to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo.
No. Don't.
They do.
Don't mention that. No.
All right, you saying don't mention it. I'm just telling you,
still
bro.
got them-
You still got that Jimmy Garoppolo hurt in his
One
heart.
play.
You got to get that hurt about your heart, brother.
One overthrown ball.
You got to get that hurt
One
about your heart,
overthrown-
man.
But look, man. They could be that guy. Vikings. They could get this thing rolling.
We ain't gonna talk about the Cowboys. How they?
What
Talk
that
about no
meme said
Cowboys,
before the
man.
season start, eliminated.
Ain't talking about no Cowboys, man. They got the Jerry Jones curse.
Hey
They
man.
got the Jerry Jones curse. We don't talk about the Cowboys.
So look, man, we gonna wrap this up, man. Hey, cheers to a great start of a football season.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
hopefully, we're gonna stay tuned. We're gonna see if all our predictions come to fruition or not. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully, we already know the Texans ain't gonna be about nothing. So we can count on. But anyway,
So how many games y'all got the Texans going for?
I told you, you'd be lucky they get 2.
I got 4. I give them 4. I'm still gonna ride with my 4 on them. They got to get 4.
I'll tell you, if they start 2-0, y'all be ready for a losing streak. Just saying.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Don't get your hopes up.
Hey, if they start 2-0, somebody don't want a lot of money in Vegas.
Hey, for real.
Ain't that right?
For real.
I
Yo,
swear.
so we into the end of the show, man. We're gonna do cast your picks, man, right now. And we got a good cast your picks this week. We have the question that is posed is, who are your top 5 NBA players in the league right now under the age of 25? So, gonna start off with AJ. Who you got?
Well, y'all always start off with me.
Yeah, I gotta start
Y'all
off with
always
you, bro.
start off with me. Okay, this is who I'm gonna go.
We know you finna say some off the wall.
Since they under 25, I'm gonna give me that kid from Phoenix, Devin Booker.
Okay, you like the book. Okay.
Give me that kid. Give me that boy from Utah, Donovan Mitchell.
Okay, D Mitch. Okay.
And I
Spider.
like I like my guy over there in Dallas. He come up big in big moments. Luka.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that Murray kid. He hurt now. But he gonna be back.
Okay.
He gonna be back. He gonna be just fine. Give me Jamal Murray. And I got my shine. I got my honorable mention this year. He made me like him, Joe. Joe, you done made me like the young man.
Trae Young.
I knew made me like the young man. This young man that came up in big moments. All he needed was another score.
I tried to tell you.
This young man blossomed into a star right before this kid. This kid is the AK-47 right now. Boy, this boy hot. This boy is hot. He is hot.
Hey, man, look, y'all looked at me with the utmost disgust.
Man.
When I said what I said in episode 1, go back and watch that.
No,
Man.
but you said, didn't you say
You took him. You took. But
you
you
said
took.
he was better than Kevin
You did
Durant.
that at the expense of Kevin Durant.
I don't give a
Like, you did that at the
that,
expense of
dog.
Kevin Durant, bro.
You can't do that, dog. You said he was better than
Hey,
Put that man top 5
Hey,
in the
man,
league.
Ice Tray.
Ice Tray the gang, bro.
Ice Tray nice,
Wait,
baby.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ice Tray,
Ice
bro.
Tray, you nice, but man,
Ice
you
Tray,
ain't
bro.
Kevin Durant,
Yeah.
man.
He ain't
Come on
KD,
now.
bro. I got my list. I'm gonna tell y'all mine real
Yeah.
quick. So I really ain't got no order,
Yeah.
but I wrote the names down as I saw, like as I thought about them, and this has probably been my list for about the past maybe 2 years. But I got D Book. I mean, you dropped 70, bro. You like, come on, like
Yeah.
Luka's just that guy, bro. Like I just wish somebody would come with him. You know what's funny is Kristaps is on this list as like top 25 players under 25. He's on this list.
Who?
Kristaps Porzingis.
We don't know him.
Exactly. That's the problem.
We don't
That's
know
what's
him.
funny about this list is that the fact that he's a top 25 under 25 guy, and he just won't show up. He just can't stay healthy. But Luka's on my list. I can't forget about that monster in Boston that wore the number 0, Jason Tatum, because he just the next to me. He the next Kobe. He looked like he looked like
Not
Kobe.
D Book.
No, he looked like Kobe to me. He more Kobe than
Man,
D-Book.
he's a good player, but don't.
Then I got my boy Spider Mitchell. That's Donovan Mitchell. And then I got Zion Williamson. That's my top 5. That's my top 5. Zion the dog, bro. And but my honorable mentions is Brandon Ingram and Trae Young. I like Brandon Ingram. I like New Orleans young core. I do it in case you haven't noticed because I got 2 of their guys in my top 7. So I like their young core. They just got to find the right coach. That's all it is. They find the right coach. They got the right young core, and maybe get them out the West because the West is loaded. Maybe get them out the West,
Yeah,
but they're not gonna
gonna-
get out the West. They just got to compete.
They
Look,
got
and make them
have their
stronger.
hand. They got to get deeper if they're gonna get out.
Yeah,
there.
that too.
They
I
gotta
mean,
get
but there's a
deeper.
lot of teams in the West that got to get deeper. I mean, they can still make the playoffs.
The Rockets got to get deeper.
They can still, but if we be honest, they can still make the playoffs with the team that they have.
The Rockets got to get deeper.
Yeah, Rockets, I mean, a lot of teams, bro. Mavericks got to get deeper. They made the playoffs. Portland got to get deeper. They made the playoffs. Lakers got to get deeper. They made the playoffs.
And won a championship last year.
All these teams. I mean, this is all these, and all those teams are in the West.
All those teams in the West. It's hard over there.
So, I mean, y'all pretty much done said my list.
Did we? Go
Yeah.
ahead, give you your list.
Who
Go.
you- who
'Cause
your
my
list?
list is Luka Magic,
Mm-hmm.
Ice Tray the Game,
Ice Tray.
D Book,
Mm-hmm.
Jason Tatum.
Talk about it.
Definitely got to put Jay on there.
Like, you got to put
Jason
Tatum.
Tatum in there.
Got to put
Yeah,
Jason
you ain't, I
Tatum
don't know
on
why you
there.
ain't throw Tatum on here.
Gotta put
I'm
Jason
gonna put
Tatum on there.
in
Tatum a dog, man.
Tatum a dog,
I ain't
man.
gonna put
Straight
Tatum on
dog,
Tatum a
man.
dog, man.
And unfortunately for my boy, man, he didn't get to compete this year in this year's playoffs with Jamal Murray.
I like Murray
Definitely gotta do
game.
that.
I like Murray game.
I like Jamal Murray game too, bro, but it's too many guys because if I wouldn't have win top 10, I didn't say Ja.
So he killed. He killed.
You know what I'm saying? I
He
didn't
killed,
say-
he killed Kawhi last year, didn't
Who?
he? Murray.
Hey, he was on a
He
different
killed-
level
he
last
was on a
year.
different level last year.
He was
but
on a different level, man.
It's just a lot of guys. Like, I mean, because like I said, I like John Morant. I like SGA and OKC. Like, I think he.
I wanted to put
I think he a
SGA
baller.
on there, but at the same time, you know, I felt like it was players on there that were better than SGA right now.
Yeah.
But SGA is
I'm talking
coming.
about all around play.
And I thought you, and then I put.
game. That's
Now,
why
I'll put
that's
Jamal
why
Murray
put a
before
bunch of
SGA.
other guys
Yeah.
on there. But
SGA
they
is
put
coming
up
up.
numbers, but I'm talking about in the heat of passion, in that fight.
Yeah.
That's who I went with them guys.
I mean, one person I
depend on
missed was Donovan Mitchell. I didn't miss him, but at the same time, if I was to do a 7, you know,
It's so many, bro.
Yeah, it's so many.
It's so many. Listen, the league is in good hands. The league
Very
is in good
good
hands.
hands.
When these guys, when Chris Pauls and the LeBrons and the KDs move on, and we got other guys that's coming up, the league is in good hands, bro. Even when Steph leave, because he's still, what he about, 32, 33, but even when he leave, bro, like, the league's in good hands, bro. We good.
So, before we end, I want to add one question to this right now. I want you to ask this. So, out of your list, outside of D Book, because he is playing for a championship right now, what other guys that are on your list do you feel like will get a championship next?
out of
your list, because Devin Booker is on all of our lists.
Right.
Yeah.
So, outside of Devin Booker, who do you think is gonna get a championship? The first person to get one.
Donovan Mitchell. I think D. Mitch gonna finally bring one to Utah and get a Mormon something to pray.
I like that pick. I like that pick. You know, I want to lean towards Tatum because I'm just looking at my list, and a lot of these guys are in the West, so they're gonna beat each other. So I want to say Tatum because I feel like his ride will be a little easier through the East.
In the East.
Yeah,
But we don't know.
but that's what I'm saying. That's why I said I want to
2
say him. I
years
didn't
now, the
say
East
him.
could be backloaded.
But that's why I said I want to say him. But right now, all these guys are in the West, and they're gonna beat each other.
And they're going to be
They
there
gonna run
for a
into each
while.
other.
They're going to
Yeah.
be there for a while.
So that's why I want to say Tatum, because Tatum also has a number 2 guy. But I also look at the theory of it's hard to really play. That's why I feel like the Clippers will never win one, because that 2 wings, having 2 dominant wing guys, that never really works. The only time that really worked, it worked one time, and that was with Jordan and Pippen.
Well, 2 wings can work, but they got to be consistent at what they do. One is consistent, one.
No, it's not
Ain't.
that. You got to know your role. You got to know one is the scorer and one is the other guy. Like Pippen knew Jordan was a scorer, and Pippen did everything else. He was the assist guy. He guarded the best guy.
But Pippen was averaging 20 when he needed to, so.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
He wasn't averaging 30.
You know, he wasn't
That's what I'm saying. He knew his
30.
role.
No, he
That's what I'm
wasn't
saying.
averaging 30.
He wasn't averaging 30 like Jordan was. That's what I'm saying. So it's a little tough with the wings guy. Like, you got to know I'm the second option. But I need to do everything else.
But
That's why I don't think it's gonna work, because everybody keep asking Paul George to be something that he not.
But Paul George never was the first option. When he was with Indiana, he wasn't the first
Yes, he
option.
was.
Who
was the first option?
He was younger when he was in Indiana.
He was the first option.
He
It don't
wasn't
matter.
The first option. That team was equally yoked when
That
they
man
was
was the
playing.
first option.
They
You
had
better
the
stop
big
that
guy.
right now. That
They
man
had
was
the
the
big
first
guy.
option.
They had the big guy in the middle. Then they had him.
Hibbert, you saying Hibbert got the ball before him?
No, he didn't get the ball, but he was contributing rebounds,
He
defense.
wasn't the first option though.
Man, get my point of it. Paul George is not that guy. If you get
We
Paul
agree on
George-
that.
All right.
But he was still the first
All
option.
right.
That
He
don't change that he was the first
He
option.
wasn't the first option. Man, they just looked
Man.
up. You know what happened with that? They just looked up. They drafted that
Do you
guy.
know
They
what-
said, oh, this is a solid guy. He turned out to be better than solid. That's all that happened.
He's a solid guy. He turned out to be better than solid.
Don't try to pump him up. Because
still the
remember
first
one while
option.
one while he was supposed to be the competitor to LeBron James. Well, that didn't happen because playoffs he just folded. It's his first playoff year.
You see how he said something nice about LeBron just
Hey,
right
that
there?
was okay. LeBron's consistent. I ain't just saying don't doubt him, but y'all try to pump the guy. Man, don't give me up on LeBron, man. Don't give me up.
Man, you got 50 seconds, man. Go ahead.
See
Talk your stuff.
the contradiction.
Go ahead.
right
I already told y'all worse than Trump supporters. I put y'all in the field. I go stare crazy. I just shoot myself. Too many of y'all.
Y'all gotta stop this.
It's too many of
Y'all
y'all.
gotta stop
man.
this hate, man.
It's too many of
Hey.
y'all. Man, King James.
I'm gonna leave y'all with this. The first person I feel like gonna get a championship outside of D Book is Trey, and here's why. Keep this in mind. If Atlanta were to get a guy like Bradley Beal, it's over. Atlanta's going to the finals. Just putting that on y'all mind, all right? Anyway, this was a great show. Love y'all. Man, y'all been rocking with us, man, for what, this is 4 episode now? Yeah, man. So love y'all, man. Continue to watch.
Tell
Continue
your
to
friends
stay
about
engaged. We want you to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that noti bell on the corner. I don't know where it is, but y'all know, hit that. You know what I'm
Tell your
saying?
mamas
Do what
about
y'all
it,
gotta
your
do.
grandmas, your cousins,
Tell everybody.
your neighbor,
Tell your uncles.
your dog Benny, all of them.
You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, man. We want y'all to stay engaged. We want y'all to actually put y'all top 5 NBA players under 25 in the comments. We want to know what y'all have going on, as well as please comment some topics that y'all want us to talk about, because at the end of the day, you know, we want to talk about
What you wanna
in
hear.
conversation, what you want to hear. So please put that in there. Anyway, this is Joel Love, AJ, Wayne. We are Clutching Around Sports Talk. Love y'all.
Thank
See
you.
y'all to the next episode.
I was gonna
Peace.
say something.
What you gonna say?
I was gonna say I want to hear some comments from the ladies. I think they ain't so hot on LeBron like y'all guys is.
Man, they know he the best.
I gotta get some more.
They
fans.
know he the best.
I gotta get some more fans, man. Y'all too much on LeBron, man. Oh, Jesus.
That's why you get an Instagram.
LeBron.